Hello, welcome back to Magic with Melly. It is evening time and holiday time, and so I only have until the sun goes down for this reading, but I did feel like doing a reading, so this reading is for you if you stumbled upon it, if you resonate with the title, if you feel like you needed a reading. For any reason whatsoever, there might be a message here for you. Remember, this is a collective reading, and that I'm reading for more people than just you, and that a lot of our storylines could be very similar, but there's going to be details, give or take, that are going to be different, and you're going to need to use your discernment to make sure this reading is for you and that you're finding your placements in the right places and things like that. We're doing work together here. You're kind of combining your intuition with my intuition here, and I'm channeling what's going on. I trust that anything that's going to be coming through is of no evil or weapons of evil. It shall not prosper. And that any bad that does come through in the reading is to be understood in order for us to learn our lessons and to move forward in a higher vibration. Ooh, Two of Pentacles wants to come out first after affirming our intentions here. Just moving ourselves forward. We have the Two of Pentacles, all right, and the back of the deck is Page of Cups. It's giving like switching from immaturity to maturity, like your experiences have been, or what you have been experiencing right now has been shaping you into the person you're supposed to become, or the version of the person you're wanting to become. That directly or indirectly, this was exactly what you asked for. Knight of Cups, and we have the Queen of Swords reverse. That some manifestations are a product of jumping from timeline to timeline. That sometimes something was going to manifest, but you weren't supposed to be in that timeline, so you switched timelines. Or that you were on track of manifesting something and you switched timelines, and whatever was going to happen isn't going to happen anymore. Like something to do with sometimes where we're at right now is exactly what we've created and done for ourselves, whether we realize that fully or not. Seven of Swords. There's some things that maybe you have forgotten about, like you Ten of Pentacles reverse, like deeply forgotten about, and karma showed you like you didn't get away with something. Karma shows you like you're not going to forget it. Like maybe you were able to forget about it for some time, but then something resurfaces and you're like, oh, that came full circle, okay, and it's layered. Like it was like a layering of lessons I'm hearing sometimes happens, where it could be, for example, a financial lesson or a lesson with protecting yourself, and then you're going to see like a unique experience where it involves those two things in the exact detail that's going on for you, and the exact storyline is going to be different, but it's going to be similar things. It could really be a lot of financial struggles and a lot of like personal struggles from what you've chosen. And even I'm channeling like having had chosen from like being birthed. Like when you were born, you cannot exactly choose the circumstances. Like your soul, on a soul level you do, but on a physical plane level, it is a product of the choices your loved ones made. So their mistakes kind of fall onto you for the first portions of your life. But this first portion of your life it sets a foundation of skills that you have that no one else has in these unique placements. that the first part of your life usually is a catalyst or sets the foundation for the rest of your life. Like, you choose that. A lot of people have this misconception that what you're born in, you're stuck with. No, you're not. You're welcome to let it go. You're welcome to work with it. You're welcome to help it grow with you. You're welcome to do things alone and with people as much as you want. Page of Wands. This is like determining what actually is helping you right now and what isn't helping you, and sort of reorganizing for the next year is what I'm getting for the collective. Yeah, reorganizing for the next year, because this card reverse is giving struggling with confidence, and that comes with having struggles with boundaries with people who don't want good for you. 7 of Wands right there. That's like not having proper boundaries with people who have like evil eye intentions, just bad juju. Their energy is just reeking with jealousy. Okay, let's see. This right here in the middle of the deck is 4 of Cups reverse, and we have 4 of Wands. Yeah, 4 of Cups reverse is giving accepting things as they are and not what you want them to be, and not just like that includes like accepting what you don't know, like accepting that you just don't know. Instead of making up assumptions, it's like just that you don't know. Someone asks you a question, I don't know. Especially if it's about someone else, like they may be asking you about someone else because they can't get the information from that person. So it's like, don't be that middle person, because it kind of relays that person's chaos towards you. 10 of Pentacles, now it's upright. So I think that's kind of a big fix that some of the collective needs during the holidays, is just not being in the middle, or even just going into the new year, just not being in the middle of like other people's stuff. We have the Hermit reverse, the Judgment card, and 6 of Swords. With the Hermit card, it's really giving like you may have a hard time being in hermit mode because it goes into isolation like too fast. Like you slip into it for too long. And that's maybe more on boundaries, external versus internal. How to like manage yourself and not try and micromanage and be Emperor from time to time gets controlling vibes, because the Emperor does control a lot. The Emperor is in charge of a lot, an entire empire. And so it's a good thing, but there's also like too much is too much. That certain energies or certain situations can be avoided if you were to avoid your own self from burning out, or your own self from being like tired of things, or just like, I don't know how to fully explain that. I think that is something that's meant to be left vague for your interpretation of what it means for you. What else is the collective needing right now as far as what to take into 2023 and leaving in 2022? Okay, in here we have the Strength. To answer my question about what's going into 2023 and leaving in 2022, with the Strength card, I think that's a beautiful card to have come out, because it's like taking your strength from the situation into 2023, but leaving the situation behind, like learning your lesson from the situation, but not taking the situation with you. Two of Swords is like, it just can't come along. It taught you enough. You learned something about it was dangerous. You learned something about it was leading you in a direction you don't want to go in. And the Lovers is choosing the direction you do want to go in. And it's like, well, if you know you don't like this direction or this energy, then don't fuel it. Don't fuel the focus. You know, like your focus is your fuel for the vehicle that is like whatever idea or goal or concept it may be. Nine of Swords is like, none of this. You may have seen that and you're like, it warmed up the situation. It's almost like it put up a fire under someone's butt. Like, if you don't address things right away, then they are going to get worse. They don't just go away. People don't just change because you ask them to. They change because they want to. And that's something that is like willpower. That is something that's like beyond you and beyond your situation with the person. If the person's not willing to do or change or like whatever it is that you're asking of, someone else can and will. That you are asking the wrong person. That certain things, like if they weren't addressed the first time, they may never get addressed. And I know that addressing difficult situations does take time. That's different than someone who's just not addressing the situation at all. Seven of Cups again, but behind it on back of the deck is Four of Swords. It's like there is like a degree of when a problem is presented to you or confronted to you, or to your person, they may be overwhelmed with the information you're giving them. So they may need rest. They may need to take like a chill pill before they try and address it. But then when it comes to addressing it, like when it comes to the time to address it, are they ready? Are they wanting to? Are they willing? Are they trying? That's a good first question. Then as you continue in it, are you seeing progress? And progress looks slow. Progress sometimes doesn't look like it's doing anything. Sometimes progress has to take a pause. You need to have communicative chats, like check in with your person and communicate, or check in with like your surroundings or your situation and communicate. But most of all, like before you communicate with something or someone else, communicate with yourself and see if it's like something that resonates within you. Because sometimes it's like taking someone's advice and going and not even like fully thinking of things, like, and how much of it applies to you. A lot of people's advice or a lot of people's ideas and things that they say are projections of themselves, and for us they're mirrors of us, but at the same time, there's still that degree of it's a projection of them, but they are mirroring us because we like it's like opposites attract, but then like we see ourselves in others way more often than we see the other energies and appreciate them. Like we tend to like put a divide with our differences and only focus on what makes us the same. And true love is accepting all of it all together. And it's like you are going to find things about someone that you're not going to like. You are going to find things about yourself that you're not going to like. And you're stuck with yourself. Like just as much as you're stuck with what you got, you're stuck with the people that you expect to love you, and they expect you to love them and take them in all forms. The moon is giving like phases, moon phases, enjoying the moon when it's in its middle phases and not just when it's on a new moon or full moon. Like the crescent moon phases are enough too. It still provides the same function for us in the sky, regardless of what it looks like. That we are all humans on the inside, despite what we look like and what we are doing and stuff. That I'm hearing some of us need grace for the mistakes because they're mistakes when you learn from them. But it becomes a part of your character when you choose to do it again and again and again. So don't be coming back. Seven of Cups wants to come again. Like, I'm really getting like someone wants to work on what went wrong and just make sure that they actually are addressing that there's not just like they're just saying what they think you want to hear, or that they're just taking someone else's words or advice and claiming it as their own. Maybe you could be maybe you're indirectly dating one of their friends and you don't even know it because all of their advice or all of their actions comes from them. Maybe like see a bigger picture here when it comes to a love frequency, as far as like what are you attracting, and when it's in your reality, is it being shown to you authentically? Because that's another thing too. Some people will think they know what you want and then express that. Page of Cups is like they're gonna be trying to express that rather than like King of Cups, like they're going to try and be this when really you need this, and this could be somewhere else. Your King of Cups could still be working on themselves. It's like you'll know when someone's like, it's hard to explain, but like you won't doubt your person. Like when you are ready and then your person is ready too, there won't be doubt. If there's doubt, one or both of you are not ready. And you're welcome to tune into fun. There's no harm in that, but it is sensitive because your energy can change at any time and their energy can change at any time. Just being mindful of connections and your surroundings, because I think that if you like truly found a person that's good for you, just like how that friend was giving you advice, they could be using the advice in their favor, or like lots of energies can shift. You don't know who's going to turn their back on you and why. Like a blood family, even family you've known since birth, like family friends, even friends, like just regular friends, someone you met just yesterday. They could be very, very loyal to you for extended periods of time, but their character will truly show if their energy will switch up or not. That some loyalty is based off of like what they've received from you all this time, and some loyalty is just based off of what they've received, period. Like if your love will never end for someone, then their love in return may not ever end, because you're always going to give to them and they're always going to love that you give to them. Like it's like giver receiver energy. But it's like you may exhaust yourself from willingly giving with no boundaries, and they're going to receive and receive and receive, and you're going to always feel chaos with it being on and off based off of this burnout. But then you also have, like, you need two givers. The giver gives to the other giver, and the giver gives to the other giver, and then they're both receiving. Two people who just only receive are never going to give to each other, and it's just not going to work out. And then altogether, like, if you... I went on a tangent about that, but it's basically like, you know how to love yourself best, even if you have, like, even if your skills are, like, you're still developing skills on self-love and you're still developing skills in the love category, like, you're enough. You are plenty enough to have a partner right now, or to have many partners, either career, romantic, like sexual, like whatever it is that you want. You're welcome to have whatever you want. Your birthright is your happiness. So fulfilling your desires. However, karma does play in consequences if you choose things that harm other people, or you choose things that are, like, you know, self-inflicting harm. Then you're going to see it doubled back or mirrored back. So if you want the good things, you gotta be good, do good. and that you'll get double extra, you know, like you'll see abundance. There will be people who will try and interfere with good abundance because they don't understand what it's like to be pure. They won't understand what it's like to get what you want. Like, earlier I was channeling, like, actually daring to go after your desires is delusional in this day and age, and that is, like, actually legitimately more crazy than it is to think, like, in the other way around. Like, I think it's crazier to be stuck somewhere where you don't like, just because you feel like you, like, I don't know, like, it's like Matrix life. It's like paying bills and living paycheck to paycheck. And some of you are stuck in fear-based mindsets because of your it's like this reading's really giving, like, pay attention to your surroundings, like, pay attention to how your energy differs. And if you want different than those around you, then be somewhere different, do different, and don't doubt what's different, because different puts an end to things that you don't want anymore, essentially. Like, if you don't want something, then you have to change how you are behaving. Can't keep doing the same things and then expect a different outcome. That is also insanity. Want different, gotta be different, gotta do different. Want good, you gotta be good, you gotta do good. A lot of our life is chaos because we choose chaos. We choose to sometimes be good, sometimes we choose to be bad. We choose based off of, like, a selfish or someone else's agenda, and then we wonder why, like, weird stuff happens to us, or unexplainable stuff. It's like, it's only inexplainable because you're not pure. It's only inexplainable because you're choosing it and forgetting what you chose, why you chose it, because it was based on someone else. If you have a lot of your own decision making, especially rely on your own decision making process, like, as much as you include others, you do have to fall back on your process. That other people's process may help you, they may give you a detail that you needed, but at the end of the day, you know your situation best, so you can take yourself in the situation, you could take yourself out of the situation just as easy as you got in it. And or it maybe won't be just as easy, but it's like you'll be able to navigate it in a way that works for you, rather than in a way that works for someone else, or just because that is just what ended up happening. Like, you can actually be the one that leads the life. Instead of living the life, you are leading your life. That people don't just wake up loving their life, they lead themselves into the life that they would actually like and care and enjoy out of the experiences. Like, they choose these experiences wisely, and so they wake up loving their life because they chose that life. It's not something that just happens. Some of you are going down a path of depression, because depression for me is a symptom. It's a sicky, icky symptom on the soul level that your physical form may not understand it without spirituality. Yeah, and so it's getting dark, so let's see one last message, because we just kind of went on a tangent after that strength card comes out. So let's see what else for the collective. For the highest good. End the reading. What else does the collective need? Okay. All of these want to come out, so they will. We have Ace of Cups. Oops. And it flipped upside down because I couldn't hold it. So I think that's synchronistic to what's going on with you guys and gals, you magical people in my collective, is not being able to hold potentials, that you see it, that you are, like, hopeful, you're excited, and then you end up having to leave it behind. You end up having to, like, rebalance your situation, and you're like, well, that was imbalanced and I don't want to be imbalanced, or vice versa. Like, you were imbalanced and the thing that came towards you was not, and then, like, it's like this energy of something sabotaging the other thing. Like, if you were fine, then something comes in and sabotages you. Or if you were, like, sicky icky and then you sabotage someone else like on accident, because like you can only see and experience from your experience. So some of you just are needing to let go of lack mindsets. Like this is a big problem, is lack mindsets. That a lot of our conditioned living is from a lack mindset. That you have fear that it won't work out. You have fear that it won't work out, but you're just meant to believe. You're meant to go hermit mode. You're meant to learn what it means to believe in yourself and learn what it means to believe in spirit. Like wake up essentially and see what your like just letting life pass you by has actually done to your life. Like you're not meant to just let things happen. You're supposed to choose what happens, and some circumstances you aren't in a place where you feel like you have many choices, but you could definitely plan and take it step by step and expand on the options that you have before you, the choices that you have before you, the way that you like carry everything. Like it's just like it's a personal process for sure, and it's difficult to just fully explain all in a collective reading, but it comes with having comfort in time with yourself. That some things you haven't been able to address because of comfort with sitting with yourself and sitting with your thoughts. That maybe they get too scary or they get too dark, they get too, like, you're in a rabbit hole. And the thing is you're supposed to feel it to heal it. And so no more avoiding your healing, okay, because you're compounding a lot of negative things in your body, and you need to channel this energy out. Like, don't let your body carry too much. Don't let your situation carry too much before addressing things like that can make things more worse than they need to be or than they actually are. That that Two of Pentacles is giving like balancing extremes. Like some of you are in a big mess, and there's a lot of cleaning up, and there's a lot of like processing, and a lot of healing, a lot of grieving, a lot of organizing things from this year into the next year, because we definitely don't want to carry all this stuff into next year. If you need a personal reading, I am now on Etsy, so you could check out my link on my link tree, and then you can also just reach out on social media and we can connect on there as well. I have free channeled messages all over the place. And then if you need a personal reading, some one-on-one time, and really get direct messages for you, please connect with me, and I'll see you soon. Stay magical.